I was just about to film a video about the Ukrainian refugee young woman that got stabbed in the neck, murdered by a mentally ill African-American man. Her name was Iryna Zarutska. I hope I'm saying that correctly because I want to be respectful to what happened. And just as I was about to start filming, I got notifications that Charlie Kirk, the Republican conservative speaker, was shot in the neck. There's videos online, you can see him. From what I saw where he got shot, it appears it could have hit the jugular because there was a lot of blood coming out and he slumped over. I think with what I saw, unless there were ambulances right there, paramedics ready to stop the bleeding, I think unfortunately, and I pray this isn't going to be the outcome, it might have been fatal. It seems the shooter was a white elderly man. Don't know the name yet. Don't even want to know the name. What's happening here, this violence that's happening, and this was what I was going to touch upon the video with what happened to the Ukrainian woman, is that we can't just be mad at the individuals committing this harm, because all of this that's happening right now is social engineering. The hate that we have against one another, the ones against the Republicans or the ones against the Democrats, vice versa, hating each other, thinking we're stupid, thinking we're racist, all of this is socially engineered so we hate one another. Because look who we're going after. It's the regular people, the ones that aren't actually making the change. And yes, Charlie Kirk had a voice. He had a voice to many Americans, many young Americans. And sure, that's frustrating to somebody that doesn't want him spreading his message. But unfortunately, and fortunately for this country, we have that right to hear voices. However crazy or however normal they are, they should be heard. We should be able to discuss them, let them be in public discourse, and let the best voices come to pass as logical, rational, and ideas that we can include in society. But that's not happening. Our country, those leaders that we have socially engineered a mental illness in this country. All of this behavior, the hate that black people all of a sudden have for white people, and I know it's not all of a sudden. There is racism that happened in this country. There is slavery that happened in the past, but we're dealing with today. If we are not dealing with today, we are just these traumatized children that are never going to grow. And we're always going to have hatred, and we're going to have these problems. Charlie Kirk isn't somebody that I followed. He isn't someone that I constantly watched. Yet, when you see this video of what happened to him, or you see the video, the public video of what happened to Iryna, this stuff has to stop. It has to stop, and it's not going to stop if we punish the individual, or we say guns need to be taken out of society, or knives need to be taken away. It doesn't fix itself like that. We've created a deep-seated mental illness that's socially engineered, not just by the voices that are speaking, but the actual companies, the social corporations that have overtaken America. It's beyond profit. It's a manipulation to create hate, to divide and conquer. And that's what's happening here. It is divide and conquer, create hate, create fear, socially engineer violently ignorant children in our educational systems that are just focused on their emotional outbursts. And somehow that's righteous and that's what reality is. And it's not. We need to get grounded as a country. We need to get grounded as people. We can hate each other. We can do it very easily. I can look just outside of my door and find a million different people that look different than me. But we're never going to progress. There needs to be accountability. And one thing that I noticed that happened to pop up on my feed, which was a Fox feed, I know some of you aren't going to like that. Some of you will. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that I saw that there's legislation being pushed where these judges that are releasing these criminals that have mental issues early for whatever equality they want or of outcome or whatever is going on in their minds, they're trying to pass legislation that if they release these criminals early, they're going to be accountable for their behavior. And like I've been saying over and over in my videos, we need judges, we need politicians accountable for what they're doing. And we need CEOs and corporations accountable for what they're doing because they're creating this algorithm. They're creating these emotional outbursts that are causing these problems. If we don't get a hold of it, we're going to hate each other to the end of time. And who knows what's going to be left of us. Finally, My prayers go out to Charlie Kirk and this country. If we don't get a hold of and hold accountable these corporations, these judges, these politicians, we're heading directly into a social engineered civil war. Who knows what will be left and if this will even be America at the end of it.